Welcome back to the Destination Unknown Dude channel. Chicken's doing chicken stuff. What I got for you today is an overview of the Sharp Clark Hills condominium complex in the Clark Pampanga area. Those guys are chilling. I gotta get some more food in there. We rolled by, I went to look at a condo for sale in D Heights. And D Heights is right next to this Sharp Clark Hills condo. And the D Heights condo was a bust. It was a dump. It wasn't being maintained properly. The pool was empty of water, and the tiles were falling apart, and it was rough. And the condo itself was in need of some upkeep and repairs. And so I wasn't interested in that. But it was about $50,000 US. Price was, I guess, maybe the price is appropriate for what you get. But in general, I'm not in the camp of buying a condo. I wouldn't buy a condo in America, and I shouldn't consider buying a condo in the Philippines either. Hi. But as a foreigner, you don't have any other real option if you want to own something. But I asked the guy, it was a Korean guy that was selling. He worked for a company that had like 25 condos in D Heights, and they were looking to liquidate those condos. And so I asked him, I said, hey, you know, how much did they pay for these condos when they bought them 7-8 years ago, whatever it was? And they paid more for the condos than what they're selling them for. So unless you're getting rental income, the condo situation is a losing proposition in most cases. And that depends a lot on how well they're maintained. And if you buy into a place that's being maintained well today, well, management can change at any time, and next week it cannot be being maintained well. So there's a lot of things outside your control with the condo. But it is interesting to look at, and possibly for rent. So we were there in D Heights, and I saw this other place called Sharp Clark Hills. So we rolled over there and talked to their sales lady, and I think it's a kind of an interesting situation. They have studios, 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom condos, and they're for rent or for sale. And I got rental information for you. However, none of them were available for rent at the time we were there. There's a few available for sale, and I got some for sale info for you. But just to get the lay of the land, I think it's kind of interesting. If you were to buy one of those, and I'm not saying do that, but if you were to buy one of those and then let them manage it for you, they're going to take a cut. They're going to take, if you'd sign a 1-year lease, they're going to take 1 month's worth of your income, and that's going to be their cut. And it's a premium condo experience. The pool is a massive infinity pool. They got a kids area, kids pool. They got a kids like preschool kind of thing, a restaurant on site. I think there's 6 buildings up to 21 floors each. And I didn't take any video when I was there, except for one video, and I'll save it for the end, of about 15 seconds of the pool area. But it's totally isolated and resort style, parking underneath the building, and the covered parking. So, and the parking is included. You get 1 parking spot if you were to purchase or to rent one, so you don't have to deal with that. You get it included, so it's pretty impressive setup. And I'd be down with it if it wasn't $7.2 million to buy a 1-bedroom unit. And there, like I said, there was nothing for rent. But we did tour. We toured the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom units, and you can rent the 2-bedroom unit for per night, or on a short-term rental agreement, it's 8,000 pesos per night for a night in the 2-bedroom unit to try it out or whatever, to scope it out. So I got the info right here. So I got info on the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom, and the 3-bedroom. So here's the rent. The rent is right here, $40,000 for a 1-bedroom. And like I said, there's none available, but that's what it would be. So if you were to purchase this at $7.2 million, I think is one they have available on the 18th floor. You could expect to get, or if you want, if there, like, there's none for rent today, but tomorrow there could be one for rent. So this is what the rental would cost. About $774 is $652 plus the dues, monthly association dues. So the renter has to pay that. So that's nice that if you owned it, you wouldn't have to pay those dues. So that would be rent plus dues is $774 a night. And here's what the layout of the 1-bedroom looks like. They all have a nice balcony. That's where your washing machine is. That's provided, furnished, all that kind of stuff. It's fully furnished. Okay. Free basement parking, internet, but that's 1,800 pesos a month, and all the amenities. And it's got 2 gyms. One of them is a premium gym. I mean, one of them is a good enough gym to actually do you right. And there's a staff working there that will do trainer duties and all that kind of stuff for you. So there's the 1-bedroom. Next, and when I'm touring these, I don't feel right about making videos. Plus the 1-bedroom was going between owners, so it was a little bit in disarray, so I'm not gonna make a video of that. Here's the 2-bedroom, and here's the layout. The 2-bedroom is pretty good. Spacious, it feels good, feels nice. There's 2 bathrooms, which is ideal, because I don't know if you noticed or not, but on the 1-bedroom, let's see. The 1-bedroom is available outside. I've got them mixed up. When I went to look at the other condo, the crappy one in D Heights, you had to walk through the master bedroom to get to the bathroom, which I think is the dumbest layout ever, but not this one. You don't have to do that. So that's good. The bathroom is properly located. All right, back to the 2-bedroom. So it's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 105 square meters. And this one is about 1,060 plus 12,000 in dues if you're going to rent it. Like I said, it's not available, but look here. Oh, I didn't mention the startup cost. Startup cost is pretty rough. So this is why you got to bring money if you're coming to the Philippines. You can't just be month to month. Are you going to shit out 3,000 pesos? Like say you get 3,000 a month pension. Well, do you have 3,000 ready to shit out for all your down payment? I don't know. That's the problem with living on a pension and having no savings. You got to have a savings if you're coming here. So you can easily afford $774 a month, but you got to crap out that. They might work with you. I don't know, but that's a stiff startup cost. Here, your startup cost is $5,200. $5,200 for for about a $1,100 a month 2-bedroom. And this is, like I said, this is also available for a 1-night stay or a however many night stay or a short-term rent. It's 8,000 pesos. Obviously, if they want to charge you 8,000 times 30, not interested. So you'd have to make a deal with them for a month-long short-term rent. And here's the 3-bedroom. We did not tour the 3-bedroom. But I'm sure it's pretty nice, and these are really well built. This is 120 square meter, really well built. Nothing's falling apart. It comes with appliances, furniture, all that. This is $1,386 plus dues. Startup cost $6,671, but it's the same deal. Parking spot, pool, all that stuff. This place is legit. I mean, this does not feel like the Philippines. This feels like a premium, even for back home. This feels like a premium location, quiet. It's not on any main road. You're not going to hear fart cans. Beautiful pool area. You'll see in the video at the end, the beautiful pool area. It's well maintained. They got nice staff, lots of staff everywhere, security everywhere. You're not going to have any issues there. So this is for the guy that wants to show up to the Philippines and do it right. This is a guy that shows up with a suitcase and a big pocket of money, and he doesn't want to deal with no bull crap. He wants to rent or possibly own a place, and he wants to show up and he wants to get the VIP treatment. This is straight up VIP treatment. In the Clark D Heights area is premium for if you've got a Filipino with a kid. The Singapore school is right there in D Heights, and that's probably the best school in the Philippines. At least the best school in the Clark area. You can expect to pay $3-4 grand a year for your kid to go there, US dollars. But you're not going to get a better education, I think, in the Philippines than there. There are also other international schools and stuff in Angeles, Clark area. But that's just the closest one. Get the kid an e-bike because you're going up a steep hill to go to school. Get him an e-bike or get yourself an e-bike and get that kid to school nice and easy. You don't have to leave the neighborhood. You just take that kid right up to school nice and easy. And in that area, you've got nice restaurants, maybe not so walkable because it's kind of down the road from some stuff. You're going to need some form of transportation, or you're going to need to get good with a Grab driver, using the Grab or tricycles. But I don't know if they let tricycles into that area of the neighborhood. So just keep that in mind. That was a real nice tour. For 7.5 million pesos to buy a condo, that's not for me. And basically just because of the risk involved. Like I said before, like, you may not make money if you sell it. If you buy it, own it, and don't rent it and sell it, you might take a financial hit getting rid of it. But you didn't waste money on rent. So you got to factor that. You didn't pay rent, you paid the mortgage, or you paid cash, and then if you take a 200,000 peso hit when you sell it, well, that's fine. You didn't pay rent for that whole time, however long you owned it. But you could rent it out, and they'll handle it. They'll manage it for you. They'll manage the rental. They'll take all the phone calls for any kind of repairs, all that kind of stuff. It's set up for that. It's set up to run that investment. So if you were to buy that at 7.5 million pesos, and you get for the one bedroom, and you get 14,000 pesos a month rent, you're looking at like a 12-year payoff, assuming nothing changes. You know the rent's going to go up. You know the costs for the condo are going to go up. You know everything's going to go up. But let's just say that you're looking at like a 12-year payback for that. And you know that's better than nothing. And you could throw the money down on the thing and get cash every month, monthly income. So that's nice. 22,000 a month cash is nothing to sneeze at. That's good money. That's not quite 10%. I think you do better with owning the ETF QQQI and taking a monthly income from that and not taking the risk of owning a condo. But if you want to be a slumlord and own a condo and have that flexibility of you either rent it or you kick that person out and live in it, this could be an option, and it's a premium option. I don't know who owns it at the moment, who owns this condo complex, whether it's a foreigner, Filipino, Korean, I don't really know. I'd be curious to find out who owns it and how stable their situation is, and if you think that they're going to keep owning it and keep managing it, how it's being managed. That's the big thing, is if management goes away and they start skimping on that, and the amenities drop in quality, but you're still paying the same amount for the unit, that could suck, and that could kill your bottom line, and also reduce your rental income if you're owning it and renting it out. But they don't allow any Airbnbs in there, so you're not going to have Airbnb riffraff coming in and out. So that's a big plus. A lot of the condos you could rent or buy in the Philippines or any Southeast Asian location, they may or may not allow Airbnb. And if it's not highly controlled like this place is, you're going to have Airbnbs coming in and out. Even in Thailand, Airbnbs are illegal, but their Airbnbs are coming in and out of that place constantly. So keep that in mind. That keeps a lot of your riffraff out. You're going to have long-term tenants and therefore more stable tenants, and they're not going to come in and party and trash the place and do whatever, because you're going to get that in the Philippines. You're going to get that in any condo complex in the Philippines, unless it's strictly managed like this place. You're going to get riffraff coming in there on Airbnb wanting to party. I've experienced that firsthand. So there you go. That's the Sharp Clark Hills. They have a YouTube channel with tours of their condos, each one of their condos. I will link that below in the description. I will also link a map location and whatever else I think is of value maybe to you, and also put the 15-second pool view video that I've got on there. So keep it in mind. If that's your cup of tea, go for it. I'll tell you, it had me wondering if I could swing that, or if I wanted to swing that, because man, that was nice. It was nice. Premium. Fully premium and highly professional. All the staff's super professional. Man, that'll get you thinking. You visit that place, if that's your first stop in the Philippines and you got other properties to look at, that might screw you up. That might hose you. You see that and you think they're all going to be like that. They're not. So up to you guys. I hope that helps you out, and let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya. At the Sharp in Clark.